I'm extremely excited to be bringing you a spring berry crumble recipe for May. This is something that's great to make in the springtime. We got all the berries coming in, wild blackberries, and it's something that I'm very fond with making with my grandmother back in the days. All right, well, here we go. We're gonna go ahead and add our flour, our cornstarch, our oats, our sugar, and we're gonna grate the butter into it with the cheese grater, chilled butter. So here we go. Flour, baking powder, and some good old oats. And so now we're going to grate 3/4 cup butter of chilled butter into the flour mixture. And just, you can use a big cheese grater or a mini cheese grater. I'm using this kind of smaller one. Grates it nicely, it breaks up the butter nicely. And so now I'm just going to kind of incorporate with the fork. And don't be afraid to get in there with your hands. So I'm just kind of rubbing my hands together like this, and what this does was, if you have any abnormal clump size butter in there, it just really breaks it up really fine and incorporates it into the flour and oat mixture. Because we don't want any really too big of clumps, we want it kind of all broken down before we add our eggs or vinegar to it. And so what you'll get is something that kind of looks like breadcrumbs. Next, we're going to go with our egg yolks and our vanilla. And so what we're doing is we're going to put our egg yolks in here. We're just going to kind of incorporate it until the eggs has been absorbed. So stir it. And then what I'll do is I'll just go through it once with my hands after I add the apple cider vinegar and just make sure we have no big clumps. I'm going to stir a couple times and then go with it with my hands. And I can just tell that everything's really nicely broken up. And we're going to go ahead and set this aside and then do our berries. Great, we just made our crumble. And now we're going to be making our springberry fruit filling. And what I'm going to be doing here is using blackberries, blueberries, and raspberries. And we're going to macerate them with cornstarch, sugar, a little lemon juice, some lemon zest. So here we go. Getting a stir. Okay, a little cornstarch. A little lemon juice. Lemon zest. And some sugar. I'm going to give that a stir. And we're just going to stir this until everything's nicely combined and dissolved. All right, we put the cornstarch, the sugar, the lemon zest, the lemon juice in with our fruit, and it's macerating really nicely, and we would just want to stir it until it's all combined and there's no raw sugar or anything around. Everything's incorporated. So we're going to grab our fruit crumble, we're going to start to layer our crisp, and I'll show you how that's done. So I just grabbed a little chunk of butter, and I'm just kind of lightly greasing our glass dish here so nothing gets stuck. And then, so what I'm going to do first on this crumble is I'm going to put the base on the bottom, our crumble base, just a little bit, just until the bottom's covered and the sides. Beautiful. Okay, now we have our fruit base, our raspberries, our blueberries, our blackberries, and we're going to evenly spread that on this bottom layer. Just spread it out nicely. Don't want to stomp on anything. Keep all the berries nice and whole. Great, okay. Now, with the leftover crumble, we're going to place that on top of our fruit and just kind of spread it out evenly. It smells so good. It smells like springtime. It smells like Grandma's kitchen. All right, so we put the crumble all through the top of the crisp, and we're going to go in a 375-degree oven for about 20 minutes. Oh, that looks wonderful. So we just took it out of the oven. It's bubbly. It smells like lemons and berries. It just springtime written all over it. Now we're going to let this sit for about a half an hour before we serve it. And you can do this with whipped cream, with vanilla ice cream a la mode. We put a layer of the crumble on the bottom. You can cut it out and take a bar out for breakfast. It's just a great spring dish.